Dear students, let's continue with the same example. In the previous video, we had learned how to record the journal entries, and first entry we had did. Over to the second entry, purchase furniture for cash, rupees 10,000. Please understand the basic rules will remain same. What those rules are there? First of all, we have to recognize the accounts. Second, we have to understand the nature of the account. Third, we have to recall the rules which are applicable with reference to those accounts. And the last step, we have to apply those rules with reference to the nature of those accounts, and we have to journalize the transaction. Purchase furniture for cash. In this transaction, there are two important accounts. One is known as the furniture and second it is cash. Now, furniture and cash both are the real accounts. We had recognized because both are the assets of the business. Now, real account rules say what? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Now, what is coming in the business? Furniture. So, what we have to do the furniture? We have to debit it. Credit what goes out. As the furniture being purchased for cash, so automatically cash is outflowing from the business. So, cash is to be given the credit. Journal entry will be furniture account debit to cash account, and same with narration is here, being furniture purchased with cash. Next transaction is here again, purchase goods for cash. Same way here, two important accounts, one is the goods and second is of cash. Goods we can record as the purchases, that the stock being purchased. When we sell, we use the word sale. So goods being purchased, so goods are our real account, cash is also the real account. The same way the previous transaction rule will apply, that is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Journal entry here will be purchases account debit to cash account. When the goods being sold, we use the word sale. When goods being purchased, we use the word purchases. So the transaction here will be purchases account debit to cash account. Next transaction is bought goods from Kamlesh. Now here see that it is not given in the statement that the transaction is cash or the credit, because the name of the party is given and cash word is not given. So it is implied that transaction is on credit. Keep in mind that if no word is given relating to the cash, implied is here that this is a cash transaction, because neither the name of the party is given nor the cash word is given. It is a cash transaction. When only the name of the party is given, it is a credit transaction. When both the words are given, cash as well as the name of the party, it is a cash transaction. I sum up three important rules. If no word is given, whether cash or the party, it is a cash transaction. When no cash word is given, then automatically only the name of the party is given, it is a credit transaction. Again, when both words are given, cash as well as name of the party, again it will be treated as a cash transaction. So here, bought goods from Kamlesh, it means that it is a credit transaction, means हमने उधार में purchases किए हैं and we have to make the payment to the creditors, it is our liability. Again, what we have to do, we have to recognize the type of the accounts. One account is very simple purchases, that is our asset, and second is of Kamlesh. Now, purchases is a real account. Kamlesh is a personal account. Now, what the rule of the real account say? Debit what comes in. What we will do? We will debit the purchases account here. See, purchases account being debited. Second account is of Kamlesh. Kamlesh account is a personal account, and the rule of personal account say debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now Kamlesh is the receiver of the goods or the giver of the goods. From the transaction it is clear that Kamlesh is the giver of the goods. She is giving the goods to the business. So credit the giver. So we had credited the Kamlesh account. Journal entry will be purchases account debit to Kamlesh account. Purchase is a real account, debit what comes in. Kamlesh is a personal account, credit the giver. So the journal entry had purchases account debit to Kamlesh account. Narration we had written very simple, as the detail or description of the transaction being purchased goods from Kamlesh on credit basis. Next transaction is paid cash to Kamlesh. Two accounts to be recognized. One is of cash and other is of Kamlesh. Cash is a real account. Rules say credit what goes out. When the payment is made, so cash is going out. So cash account to be credited. To whom it has given? It has given to Kamlesh. Kamlesh is a personal account. And personal account rules say debit the receiver. Who is receiving this cash? Kamlesh is receiving this cash. So Kamlesh account to be debited and cash account to be credited as cash is going out. Credit the debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going out, so cash will be credited here. Next transaction is purchase goods from Sohan. Like of the March 5 bought goods from Kamlesh. Same way here purchase goods from Sohan. It is a credit purchase. So purchase account will be debited as the stock is coming in the business. Debit what comes in. From whom we had purchased it? We had purchased it from Sohan on credit. We had not given him yet the cash. So Sohan account will be credited here. Credit the giver. Purchases means our goods, our stock, our inventory. It is our asset. So we will apply the rule of real account. Debit what comes in. So purchases account to be debited here. From whom the purchases been made? They have been made from Sohan. So Sohan's account will be credited here. Next transaction, purchase goods from Sohan for cash. As I share with you, if the word cash as well as name of the party both are given, it means it is a cash transaction. If only the name of the party is given, like in the previous transaction, like purchase goods from Sohan, it is a credit transaction. When no word is given, neither the party nor the cash, it is a cash transaction. Or when simply cash is given, again it is a cash transaction. Here like this purchase goods for cash, so it is a cash transaction. Coming to the March 18 transaction, purchase goods from Sohan for cash. See the difference? In the previous transaction for cash word was not given. So that was a credit transaction. Here both word are given, name of the purchase also given, Sohan from whom the goods being purchased, and the cash word is also given. So it is treated as a cash transaction. Same way here, cash transactions will be recorded. Purchases account debit to cash account, like we had recorded in the third transaction, purchase goods for cash here. So purchase goods from Sohan for cash here, transaction entry will be purchases account debit to cash account. Here purchase again means goods are our asset. They are the real account. So debit what comes in, we had debited here as a real account. Sohan for cash, cash is to be treated again as the real account. Credit what goes out. So cash account being credited. Paid rent for the office. Paid rent is an expenses. It is a nominal account. And nominal account rules say debit all expenses and losses. Rent paid is our expenses. So as per the rule of nominal account, it is to be debited. When the payment is made, I told you that no word is given. That obviously it is the cash payments. So cash is a real account. So cash account will be credited here. We will record the entry. Rent account debit to cash account. Rent paid is our expenses. It is a nominal account. Rule of nominal account say debit all expenses and losses. So we had debited rent account. As paid rent for the cash, obviously cash has been paid, nothing is given. Cash is a real account, and real account rules say credit what goes out. Cash is going out on account of payment of rent. So journal entry will be here, rent account debit to cash account. Again the narration has been written here, being paid office rent. So brief description of the transaction being given. So this way we will record the journal entries. Here we have taken today simple entries which does involve only the two accounts. In the next classes, we will involve some advanced entries. They also include more than two accounts. We will also learn how to record the compound entries and how to record the opening entries. So step by step we will learn one by one. I will share with you in also my live class relating to the journal and the journal entries. Thank you very much for watching the videos. Wish you a very happy and wonderful day. Thank you once again.